Well, today I decided, since I'm having family coming over next week and I don't have a braai area, this is where I'm going to be building the patio. So I might as well make a makeshift braai area just for when they come and visit next week. Can sit together and have a braai, or as the Americans call it, barbecue. Stick around with me as we chat about some flat earth while I build the makeshift braai. Well, I'm definitely not going to do all those bricks from the other side of the house this side, because it is some of the bricks I took out to make that veggie garden a few weeks back. And if you haven't seen that video, link will be in the description box below. And well, let's get to it. Well, I've managed to pack some of the bricks into the boot of my Chevy. Oh, I love this Chevy. It's nice to have such a nice big 7-seater SUV. It really helps to do load capacities and stuff. I mean, imagine I had to carry 2 bricks at a time from the one side of the yard to the other. It would take me forever. Well, we said we're going to talk about some flat earth. What has building a braai got to do with the flat earth? Well, first off, consistency and perseverance. Wonder why? Because it's actually hard work to be a flat earther. The reason I'm saying this is because look at all the pushback you get from all the people that are anti-flat earth. I mean, they believe it because of consensus that flat earth has to be false. Another thing that flat earth has to do with building a braai or barbecue is foundation. Where does your foundation start? On a flat earth, the foundation is simply, it's a horizontal plane. It's solid. Everything is built off of this horizontal plane. If you have to take the globe, in other words, and that foundation, where's its foundation? I mean, foundations are very important when it comes to belief and what you build your reality on. I mean, what would happen if you have a foundation built on nothing? Where would you have anything to build upon? This is why I love the flat earth, because you know you've got a foundation. Everything is built on that solid foundation, so you can build up upon it. Globe, you've got nothing to build upon, so you have to make up glue like gravity, and this gives the narrative of why it's a sphere. Oh, and FYI, I can still be a Star Wars fanboy while I'm a flat earther, just for your information. Although I have to admit, Star Wars is not what it was in the old days. If you agree with me that Star Wars in the old days was much better than today's, leave a comment below. I think you'd agree with me. We have to agree that today's Star Wars is just built on a different generation. It's built on a younger generation, and it's what has to appeal to them. What else has building a barbecue got to do with flat earth? Well, it's actually very interesting, because I was thinking about it while I'm moving these bricks across. It's, when you go back to the perseverance part, it's about every brick, I would say, is a negative comment or a negative push from the anti-flat earther side, saying you're uneducated, or just some kind of pushback from the anti-flat earth side. You know how resilient a flat earther has to become, because daily, you can even check on my comment section how the trolls just troll in and day out, moaning about this, moaning about that, while pushing their religious beliefs. It's simply just bigotry. I mean, the reason I call it bigotry is because they are against us because we do not have the same belief as them. The only difference is we base everything we have on what we observe in reality. We don't need to have faith on things that are CGI on the computer, or because a government says so, or as the beautiful NASA keeps showing us CGI and getting caught out lying, and then they still have to go and protect them. Would this just be because of cognitive pain? Because they know if they had to accept reality for what it really is, it would just be too much for them. For some of us it was just easy. I really didn't have a difficult time. Yes, I loved space and all that sci-fi nonsense and everything before I became a flat earther, but I always knew something was off. So for me it was kind of a relief, because I've never felt the earth spin. I've never seen gravity in action. I've just never seen most of the things that the globe narrative pushes. I mean, when you actually dig down deep into its core, everything is faith-based. You would never think it's a globe if you weren't told as a kid. Why is it pushed so much from a young age? It's pushed so much on other children. I mean, I see it with my children every day, from their Bible books to their normal books to school to TV programs. How many times do they watch a program on TV and it's got nothing, absolutely nothing to do with space, and all of a sudden that character is climbing in a rocket and shooting off to space on a program that's got nothing to do with space. They didn't even have to put it in, but they make sure they put it in. Why? It's quite interesting. If you have any thoughts on that, I would like to hear your comments. Please leave a comment below. And by the way, I'm still waiting for my microphone, so if the sound isn't brilliant, I'm sorry. The service in South Africa is just not really existent at this moment, so I really apologize for that. And well, if you could just give this video a beep, a bong on the like button and share it. It really helps the algorithm so more people can watch the show, and in other words, you're going to help that I can go and get support, that I can actually start getting better equipment so I can make better videos for you guys. Anyway, let's get back to building this barbecue. This actually makes me think how dirty that boot is going to be now. Even though I've laid a box down to put it on top, I'm really going to have to clean this car afterwards. Another thing that's got in common, flat earth is actually hard work today. Because you get so much pushback, it's actually quite a lot of work. I wouldn't say it's not easy, but it's hard work. You have to motivate yourself every day, because you do not get motivation from the anti-flat earth side. Now this is actually very different to a normal globe believer. I mean, the normal people that do not believe in the flat earth, do they act like the anti-flat earthers do? Do they go up and be bigots towards someone that's not in their same belief system? You would see so much normal globe believers. You have to go and tell them, look, the earth is flat, this is why, blah 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 blah. They would totally react to, wow, I never thought of it that way, or no, you must be joking kind of thing, and then go away and leave it at that. They either research it themselves further, decide to stay into it and just live their lives, or they change. The anti-flat earthers, however, they know it's wrong, but they cannot accept it, so they have cognitive pain, and thus they come onto sites like mine and they have to troll, and they have to keep hounding every single day, looking for channels that are flat earth related. Do you think it's fair on us flat earthers that anti-flat earth trolls come and troll every single day, and when we call them out on it, then they want to come and tell us we are dishonest and being mean and not courteous towards them? Do we go to your heliocentric churches like a NASA? I would say, do I ever go to NASA and tell them, listen, yeah, you're just a religious bigot, you're just wrong? No. You know why? Because we show them to be wrong and then we leave it. You guys come onto our channels and you see us showing why the earth is as it is, why NASA is faking things. Every space agency fakes it. I mean, recently China had a glass of water sitting on a table. I mean, what happened to Don Petit's saying you cannot drink water in space normal because it just won't work?
The standard cup will not work in a weightless environment. You know, the cup that we're all used to drinking. Wait,
I have one cup right here.
Oh, this, yeah, a standard cup like this does not work in a weightless environment. It requires gravity to hold the food in the bottom of the cup.
Yet they had a glass of water on the table. If they were really where they were, do you think that would have happened? No. How about all the CGI glitches? How about all the times everything gets shown to be fake? What happens? You still get the people defending them. Do you think defending that is reality after being shown that is actually good? Do you think it's normal? I certainly don't.